Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I have not posted in almost a week, and it is because we've been very busy, and so I will show y'all that update that I'm very excited about. Some of you probably already know. If you've been watching the last couple of weeks, then you know that we've had a problem with rabbits or possums or armadillos, any of those. So I have an update, and that's exciting. Also, I'm gonna show y'all my seeds that I planted and how those are coming along. Then I need to transplant my squash. They are really tall, so I need to put those in bigger pots. And then I'm just gonna check on things around the garden and take y'all along with me. So this first one is just a regular summer squash. And then the orangey sweet is next. That is Haas. I'm excited to try those. And I guess I do not have the package to this one, but it is called Right on Red. It's pretty much just like this one, but it's red. It's also by Haas. And then I have, here is a green bell pepper, Touchdown. It's supposed to be like one of the big green bell peppers. And then here, I don't know if you can tell, but the stems are purple, and that is a cauliflower. That is because the cauliflower is a purple one. And so you can see where the stems are starting to turn purple. All of these came up within a few days, except for the bell peppers. Those just came up. And then we have a lettuce, and I believe I got those from True Leaf Market. Yes. So the lettuce is Gourmet Mixture Green Lettuce, True Leaf Market. And then I have Collards right here, and that is from Seed Savers. It is a old-timey blue collard. So back here I have a Kale. I do not have the package for that anymore, I guess. That is from True Leaf Market. There's two different types of Kale. And then I have a early Jersey cabbage here, and then I have a flat Dutch cabbage. So the late flat Dutch cabbage is from True Leaf Market. And then right here I have Golden Acre cabbage. And then on the end here I have from the same place, it's just broccoli, but they are very stringy. And then here I have bell peppers again, the orangey sweet, Right on Red, and then I have the broccoli. I have radishes, and you can tell those stems are purple. Well, the stems right here are red, and then I have the purple cauliflower again, and you can see that's purple. Then I have Golden Acre cabbage here, and then I have more lettuce, and then a late flat cabbage here. So there's all the seed trays. So my plan is to transplant the squash because the squash are very tall now, and I'm just going to put them in these that I have, and I'm going to use that leftover peat moss. If you've been watching in the previous videos, then you saw the type of peat moss that we used. We just have it in a bucket here. And then one of my seeds dropped down in here and is growing, and I'm not sure what that stuff is. So I'm just gonna scrape off the top of the peat moss and then transplant those squash into bigger pots. So a couple of weeks ago, I planted these peppers that are from my Uncle Stanley, and I picked a I picked a caterpillar off of them the other day, so something has been munching on the leaves. But it looks like we're clear now. There's nothing on here. So those have gotten very tall, and then there are some little blooms here. So we'll see how that goes. You can see where the caterpillar ate through here. Uh-oh. Something's been on here. There's ants. Oh my gosh. So there are ants all over this one. And then here's our sweet potatoes that were planted very late. I did notice in this pot how the soil started to come up. So I'm gonna see if maybe, even though it's late, maybe there's some sweet potatoes in here. I'm just gonna look around. Don't see any. Something's making this come up though. There's something right there. Cover that back up. So hopefully we'll have some sweet potatoes. Also, I came and checked on the rutabaga that my Uncle Kenny gave me and was very disappointed because yesterday they looked amazing, and I walked and I had these on the porch, and I walked in and saw where something has eaten almost every single leaf off, and I found a caterpillar under the chair. So I'll show you where I had them at. So I had the rutabagas on this chair because I thought, hey, they're protected in here. And then I found the caterpillar laying right there. He's gone now. I threw him out. So that just goes to show you, even if you have your plants in a covered area on a porch, that something can still come and eat them, just like everything else in the garden lately. So now what I am excited to share with y'all is we have a fence around the garden. So now if you've been watching, you know that we've had a problem with rabbits and armadillos, and then my grandmother's dog Gracie, who has been wallering all in everything. So the reason why I haven't posted a video in the last couple of days is because we have been working very hard to put this fence up. So what we started off with was, we had this gate already, and I love it just because it looks antique in a way, and it's got a dog on here and you just don't see stuff like that. And then it's got this for the lock, and we're just gonna cut out some notches in here. We already had some of the wooden posts in the garden, just like that one there. And so we dug 2 holes about 2 feet deep here, and then cut these to make them shorter. Went down 2 feet, put those in. And then we had to dig out a trench, which I have some video that I will post. And we dug all of this out, and this is 4-foot chicken wire, but we buried 1 foot of it to go down and then out. So if something digs right here, they're gonna have to come 1 foot out to go under. We tied them with zip ties for right now, just because we were in a hurry. And you can tell how the chicken wire is not perfect, but from like looking straight on, like there, you can't tell. So if you're on a budget, chicken wire is definitely gonna be the best bet. And then we already had some T-posts, but then we had to buy some more. I think we had to buy 18 of them, and we decided to put the T-post every 5 feet because we wanted the chicken wire to look as straight as possible. So here is actually a dog gate, one of the panels on a dog gate. And this is going to be where, if we wanted the 0-turn lawnmower to come through here, if for some reason the grass grew up a lot, we can just unlatch this, open it up, and take the lawnmower through here. And then we already had these wooden posts here to mount it to. And again, you can see that it's definitely not perfect, but we have some wire that we're gonna run along the top here to help straighten that out. And then we had to come back and fill this in after we dug it out. So you can kind of tell here is how we came down with the L shape, and we covered this back up all the way around. This is not covered because this is going to be a gate on the other side. So there's the first gate, and that's the one that we're going to use the most. But this is going to be another one, and we're probably just going to find a gate on Facebook Marketplace. The mosquitoes are so bad. Or we're going to make one. It just depends. And then we already had these posts here. We're gonna cut those off, make it shorter. Those are also 2 feet down on the ground. And these holes were so hard to dig because it is actually clay. You can see the clay here, which is not ideal. And in case you're wondering how we water our garden, I just thought I'd throw this in here. My pawpaw has PVC pipe coming all the way up, and then there's the sprinkler here. And there's a sprinkler down there, over there, and right there. And it is attached to the well. I am so excited about this fence, because now I can take down all of the orange fencing right there, because that is what was keeping the rabbits out. Because if you've been following, the rabbits ate all of my sweet potatoes, so I'm very behind. So now I'm going to take all of this up, and it will look much nicer and cleaner. I'm gonna go ahead and check on some of the collards. Let me just show y'all this. So I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can tell where water has settled. It's like the drainage, because when it rains over in that yard, it comes down into here, and the garden slopes this way. So it looks like little streams have just come through each row. And this is where we dug out for the post, and that's sand. But you can tell how water has just like flooded through here. So I'm interested to see how all of this turns out as time goes on. Here we've got some collards coming up. I did collards every couple of feet. There's some more right there. And then I've got my cucumbers coming up all along here. We have our tarps to keep the weeds down, which has been amazing. If you have a big garden and you do not have tarps, I highly recommend doing that. So now, have to show you this. So right here, if you know what this is, leave it down in the comments. I did not plant this. This is left over from the spring. Pull that weed. This is left over from the spring. If you know what that is, let me know. I'm very excited about it. See how it turns out. I'm just kidding. I won't leave y'all hanging. What that was potatoes from that we planted back in February, and we dug all those up, and now that one is coming back. I guess we left a little potato. So I'm excited to see how that does. Now I am checking on the corn because it did start coming up. All right here. So there is a lot of weed pressure, a lot of grass growing up, but you can see there's corn all through there. We'll just see how that turns out. Here's some corn all along here and then over there. So I am noticing just now, this is a large enough gap for something to come through. So I'm gonna have to put some dirt there, and I've got to hurry because we've got somewhere we've got to go. But here's the butternut squash. They are starting to turn colors. Some are a more pale color. I did kind of turn this one over a little bit because it's not rotting, but because of all the moisture, I just wanted to air it out a little bit. But there's that one. And I know you're supposed to pick it when the vine starts turning. Let me know if you know. Let me know, but that's not as green anymore. Like, for example, this one is very green. Now this looks like something's gotten into this one. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one because the vine is brown, but something has gotten in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. There we go. I'm not sure. Looks like something has gotten up in there. So I will wash this off and check it out. But for now, I am going to pull up the orange fencing, I guess. And I've got to fill in some dirt over by the gate. And then I need to plant my squash into a bigger container because they seem to be doing very well. And I'll take y'all with me. So I'm going to have to hurry because the mosquitoes are awful. Let's see, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there's like 2 in each one, so really there's 12. I'm not gonna separate because there's 2 in each one. I'm not gonna separate them yet because they're so tender still. Okay. that is it. I did not have much time today. We have somewhere that we have to leave in like 15 minutes. So I've got my seeds, and I hope y'all enjoyed this quick update. I was able to replant my squash, transplant them into bigger containers, and then I blocked off that section of the gate where rabbits could get through my squash. And I picked a squash, butternut squash. That is it for tonight. Thank y'all for watching, and I plan to upload a video coming up of picking scuppernines and making scuppernine jelly. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's coming up. And then also a video on the fence. So thank y'all for watching, and hope y'all have a great rest of the day. And if you like this video, like and subscribe if you want to see more. It's time to go. Bye, y'all.